guys, what's up? It's weird because we're not at the front of the park today because we're in the gallery. I don't know if you've been in here, but don't worry, we're actually in Disneyland already because who knew? Today's gonna be a special everything. I don't remember what part we're at because guess what? It's been like 4 years since I've uploaded a video. I know I'm the worst, but really it's because I got a big girl job. Did you hear me say that? I'm an adult, like an actual adult now. I live in the real world. But really, you know, there will be more videos about that hopefully soon. And I know I haven't uploaded my Disney World video. I know you're all just dying for that. Probably not, because Disney World's not as good as Disneyland. We can all agree on that. Right. That will come out too eventually. It just hasn't because my big girl job has taken up most of my time. But now I'm here in the gallery, in the Disneyland, the place of the Disney. And today I'm here with my friend, my good bud. This is Alexa.
Hi.
Hey Alexa. What's up?
I'm Alexa. I wrote a book. It's called Disney Till You're Dizzy, 1,000 Plus Facts, Rumors, and Myths About the Disneyland Resort. It's coming out early 2017.
Ooh.
So you can pick it up on Amazon for sure.
For sure.
Hopefully other places.
I'll put the links in the doobly-doo when they're accessible, and then you can totally look at them, and I'll put a link for her thingamabobber too. Today we're going to be doing 2 different videos. We're going to do one on my channel, one on her channel, and we're going to be doing, what is it?
Top 10 things to do on your first visit to Disneyland.
And we're lucky, because I have somebody with me who, it's his first visit. He's not here right now because he's embarrassed, but it's his first visit. We're gonna kill him with kindness.
With happiness.
The happiest place on earth. First time in Disneyland. We're in this corner because it's daylight in here, but it's dark out there. This is our time in here. Our time. It's a Goonies reference, it doesn't matter. So we're going to talk about our videos and what they're going to be about, so you can click on my lovely friend Alexa here to see hers, and my video specifically is going to be about the 5 things that you should go do on your first visit that were specifically important to Walt Disney. And I'm going to focus mostly on things that are not necessarily my favorite rides, but things that were important specifically to Walt Disney, and one of them is actually my least favorite ride in the park. My first 5 are the Tiki Room, the train that goes around the entire park, Autopia, I know, Autopia, the water vessels that go around the rivers of America, including the rivers of America, and It's a Small World. Those are the 5. And then on Alexa's channel, if you go click on her beautiful face right now, she will be doing...
I'm going to be doing this staple experiences that you have to experience at Disneyland for your first try.
Like the favorites. If you want to watch the rest of my video, it'll be the first 5 ones of the thingamabobbers, and Sher's will be the first 5 ones of the other thingamabobbers. Let's get started. So It's a Small World comes in at the #1 spot for my video because first off, it's pretty cool. I mean, I know it's kind of boring and like it's 9 minutes long and the line can be really, really crazy. It's pretty cool because this ride was designed by a woman named Mary Blair, which a lot of the people, you know, don't really bring up Mary Blair, but Mary Blair is amazing. She also designed a lot of the Cinderella movie and things, and at the time, you know, like the 50s and the 60s, women didn't really do a lot for companies, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying as a woman. She totally designed the entire exterior of this ride. Ta-da! This ride meant so much to Walt Disney and the company. It premiered at the 64 World's Fair. It was brought into Disneyland May 28th, 1966. In 1999, it was the first ride to have a Fast Pass. However, it no longer has a Fast Pass. And on opening day, Walt Disney had children from all over the world come and bring water from their countries and from the world's oceans, and they poured it into the river of It's a Small World. It's literally the happiest cruise that sailed around the world because you're literally sailing on the water from the different oceans. It's pretty cool. Coming in at the #2 spot is the Enchanted Tiki Room. This room opened June 23rd, 1963, and it was basically like life-changing because yeah, they had audio animatronics in the park, you know, they had the Jungle Cruise and everything open. However, when this ride opened, they had nothing like this. Also, while you're here on your first trip, you can totally pick up Dole Whip while you're here. I would recommend doing the line on the inside by the Tiki Room because it's usually shorter, and Dole Whip is better for you and good for your soul. When it opened, National Geographic actually acclaimed this ride and said it was amazing work. If National Geographic says your bird show is great, it's pretty great. There are over 225 different audio animatronic characters, or AAs as they're known in the biz. Also on opening day, it actually was a separate ticket you had to buy. Did not do A through E ticket, you had to buy a 75-cent separate Tiki Room ticket. Also, in general, it's just one of my favorite attractions and I don't think it gets enough love. Despite me disliking this ride because I can drive in real life, and you know, I hate saying it's my least favorite ride in the park, but it is my least favorite ride in the park, Autopia rounds out #3 of my list because it meant so much to Disneyland and Walt Disney as a person. Autopia was here on opening day. It was here literally July 17th, 1955. And it had many different sponsors over the years of it being here. Currently, I believe it's Honda. The number one reason why it's in the list is because you can just get it over with and never have to ride it again. The reason that this was such a monumental ride at its time was because it showcased a multi-lane freeway or highway. In the 50s, there were no such things really as freeways or highways until Eisner signed the 1956 Federal Aid Highway Act. Before they put the center rail where you had to actually stay on the track, you were able to pass cars, bump cars, and just do whatever you wanted, which is just dangerous and craziness. And then they put in the center rail, and now you can bump people, but like very carefully and nicely. 1965, they ruined everyone's fun, basically. It's rumored that people who worked here were given a 20-cent raise per every hour because of the fumes of the cars and its danger. Spot number 4 is the Rivers of America, like water-dwelling vessels, and that does not necessarily mean like you have to go on every single one, but you know. The Rivers of America was something very near and dear to Walt Disney's heart. The island, Tom Sawyer's Island, was something that he specifically designed and like created everything on that section, which is why I'm a little salted that they're kind of taking pieces of it out from Star Wars Land to be built. But you know, the Rivers of America are made up of a couple different things. There is the Mark Twain, the Columbia, the canoes, and then the rafts that take you from the mainland to the Tom Sawyer's Island. There used to be the Mike Fink keelboats as well, however they were taken out, and you can see more about that in one of my other videos. The sailing ship Columbia, which is the pirate ship, stands about 84 feet tall, and it was opened in 1958. It's based off of the 1790 Windjammer that circumnavigated the globe. It was the first one to do so. The Mark Twain, however, is not based off of any official steamboat. It's just kind of lovely steamboat lore. It is unfortunately not to scale to be like an actual steamboat. Though it is beautiful, it's just it has to be part of Disneyland regulations to fit in the river, and that's why it's a little bit different. The Mark Twain was in all of the original sketches for Disneyland, so originally, whenever they were drawing Disneyland, the Mark Twain was included. They had already wanted to have a steamboat within the park, and it is an actual steamboat. It does get powered by steam, which I believe I talked about in a previous video. And though Mark Twain is a lovely person and wonderful name, the Mark Twain is actually kind of named after the original Mark Twain. It's literally a term used for steamboats. Mark Twain means 2 knots, which basically when you're pulling up a rope, it is about 2 fathoms or 12 feet. And a Mark Twain is basically the perfect depth for a steamboat. Anything shallower and the steamboat is not going to be happy. The canoes came in 1956, and they originally did have a motor, but they took it out because, you know, you can push yourself. It's going to be fine. You use a paddle. The Mike Fink keelboats also did not have a track. However, the only ones that currently have a track today are the Mark Twain and the sailing ship Columbia. The 5th and final thing that you must do on your first trip to Disneyland is ride the train. The train meant so much to Walt Disney. Every single drawing of the original park, like how the Mark Twain was, had a train. Walt would say about his park, I just want it to be like nothing else in the world, and it should have a train around it. That was literally the only thing he wanted about his park, was that it should have a train around it. To Walt Disney, trains were synonymous with home and like love and happiness. He actually worked on a train when he was younger, and it was just a wonderful thing for him. And he wanted to bring that joy to everybody. And so I would recommend, you know, traveling on the train. So I don't know if you can see our beautiful faces because we're back illuminated and not front illuminated. That's just bad filmmaking, but hey. That's the whole video of my thingamabobber. Again, if you want to watch Alexa's video, hers is going to be about the 5 thingamabobbers, just the favorites, right? The best of the best of the best.
Experience
The things you need
you need to experience at Disneyland.
But if you want to know more about her book and everything and good thingamabobbers, they're going to be in the doobly-doo. Links for her channel and everything also in the doobly-doo. Just lovely things. And that's about it, though. Disneyland. Bye! You just watched LasrinDync. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. If you seem to like my groove, hit subscribe and improve your mood. That was perfect.
That was